Okay. So let's start with day 5, grammar level 5. Now in grammar level 5, you will find sentence walls. What are sentence walls? You will see the word here. For example, let's take the first sentence. The small birds chirped noisily. Now, which is the subject here? Can anybody tell me which is the subject here?
Birds.
Birds. Birds. Small birds. Birds.
Okay. And chirped?
Chopped is a verb.
Yes.
The screen is not showing.
Ma'am, your screen.
Yeah. Just a minute. I'm just going live on my page. Give me a minute. Yeah. Okay. Now is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the first sentence is the small birds chirped noisily. So here the subject is birds, right?
Yes.
So the subject will come here. Okay. Now the small. Can you tell me what is the small?
Small is an adjective.
Small.
So anything which describes this subject will come here. Okay. Now chirped. What is chirped?
Chopped is a verb.
Verb.
Yes. So this is the column for verb. Okay. Chirped noisily. Can you tell me what is noisily?
Adverb. Adverb.
Adverb. So adverb is going to come here. Okay. So you have to.
Ma'am, the columns have any name, specific name up. Something
Yes.
is being visible there.
Yes, this is subject. Okay.
Yeah.
This is verb.
Okay.
And this is object. Okay.
Okay.
So subject will come here. And in this, the beautiful. Okay. Can you see the beautiful?
Yes, ma'am.
So we have 2 lines. Can you see 2 lines here? Can you see 2 lines?
Flowers
So
have
if there are 2 lines, that means 2 words. So the will come here and beautiful will come here. Now what is the subject?
flowers.
So flowers will come here.
Flowers.
Now have. So have will come in the verb. A lovely fragrance. Can you tell me what is the object?
Pregnant.
Fragrance. Fragrance. Now, who will tell me why we have 2 lines here?
Article.
Lovely.
A lovely
Yes.
article.
And lovely will go in the second box.
Second line.
Okay.
Okay. So now tell me, where will this bakery go?
Bakery is a subject.
First. Yes. Now, why do we have 2 lines here? Which 2 words will come?
Our village.
Village.
Okay. Our and village. Now, where will this go?
Verb.
Verb.
Okay. Now, tell me why we do not have any line here?
Because we have only one
adverb
verb.
is there.
No helping verb over.
No
We
adverb.
do not have any adverb here.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what will come here?
Apple pie.
Apple.
Apple pie.
Pie.
And why
Nice.
do we have 2 lines here?
For
Delicious apple.
Delicious.
Great. I hope it is clear to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So we call it sentence
What
wall.
is the village over here?
Name.
Our village.
It will go here. Our and village. Adjective.
Adjective. Okay.
Ma'am, delicious will be adjective also.
Yes. Yes.
So we can write on both place or only that place, on the first place.
What?
Delicious is an adjective, so we have to write on first wall also, means that bricks, or only in the means last one. Okay, it is describing about the pie.
So pie will come in the object and delicious apple, both the words will go down.
Okay.
Okay. Any doubts, anyone? No. Okay. Now from here we have to have. I have, she has, they had. So simple past is had. So every time we will have only had. Okay. Simple present is has. Okay. Simple future is will have.
We have.
But in simple present, it can be has also, it can be have also, that we have learned. I have, you have, we have, they have, he has, she has, it has. Okay.
Yes.
Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now present participle is adding ing. Okay. And past participle is ed. Okay. So accepting is present participle and accepted is past participle. Past perfect, present perfect, and future perfect. I had finished, I have finished, I shall have finished. You had finished, you have finished, you will have finished. Okay. So in the past perfect, it is had. In the present perfect, I have, you have, we have, they have, he has, she has, it has. And in future perfect, with I and we can use shall. Otherwise, it will be will have. Okay. Please let me know if you have any doubt. Okay. Now, simple past and past participles. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I have doubt.
Yes. Let me know.
That perfect tense, future tense, and then all I have doubt.
वो सिखाएंगी.
Please mute yourself. Kindly mute yourself. There is some noise coming from some children. Some child is talking. Yes, Shweta, can you tell me what is your doubt?
Present and perfect and past perfect and future doubt.
Okay. I will explain it. Okay. We will come to that. Okay. Now, can you see here? Infinitive is when we use to swim, to ring, to sink, we have done infinitive. Now, simple past, we use second form of the verb, and past participle, we use third form of the verb. So swim, swam, swam, ring, rang, rang, begin, began, begin, drink, drank, drank, sing, sang, sung. Got it? So infinitive is present. We use second form in the simple past and we use third form in the past participle. So present participle is ing. When you have to accept, that is infinitive. And third form is past participle when you have ed. Now please take a screenshot of this because this is your assignment. Take a screenshot, everyone. You have to just finish this so that I come to know that you have understood this. Okay.
Could you please repeat to infinitive? When we add to, to the verb, like to walk, to swim. Could you please just repeat this to? Why do we say it is an infinitive? What is the meaning of infinitive?
But where do we use? We have done infinitive portion. When you have a main verb and then there is another verb in the sentence, then you use to. I went to accept the letter. So went is the main verb. Okay. And to accept becomes infinitive. Got it?
No, ma'am.
Can you make a sentence to enter? Who can make a sentence to enter? Can you make a sentence to enter?
I want to enter the class.
Okay, which is the main verb? So many people are unmuted and there is lot of disturbance. Please try to understand that you are in a workshop. Yes.
That means when there is a main verb, then it will be having infinitive, right?
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
thank you, teacher. Thank you.
Okay. So here you get a quick revision of simple present tense, simple past tense, simple future tense, continuous and perfect tense. You can also take a screenshot and you can make this verb tense. This is going to help you. You can try putting more verbs. Instead of look, you can have any other word. Now coming to phrase. Phrase means more than two words. I think we discussed in the last class also. If you have two words, more than two words or two words, then it is a phrase. So the tiny mouse, it is a noun phrase because their mouse is a noun. Was reading. Was reading, it is a verb phrase. Adjective phrase, because tall is an adjective, right? And only occasionally, what it will be?
Adverb of
Adverb.
frequency.
Verb.
Adverb of frequency. Adverbial phrase.
Adverb. Occasionally is adverb. So
Yeah.
adverb phrase. Okay. Prepositional phrase, on the table. So on is preposition, right? So a group of two or more words functioning as a meaningful unit with a sentence or clause is a phrase. Now, a phrase can be a prepositional phrase can be an adverb. Now, can you all tell me, I slept peacefully under the soft, warm eiderdown. So under is preposition. So the whole of this under the soft, warm eiderdown becomes a phrase. Why it is called prepositional phrase?
Because peacefully is a preposition, adverb.
No. Why it is called prepositional phrase?
Because it is having preposition under the soft, warm, eiderdown. Under. So
Okay.
it.
Now, because it is telling you the position, right? So it is adverb of place. Adverb of place because where the action is happening is adverb of place. So where I slept peacefully?
Under the soft warm.
Under the soft warm
So
eiderdown.
that is an
Okay.
adverb. So this prepositional phrase becomes adverb because it is telling us the position where the action is happening. But now there is one more example. Here, tell me the horses in the field. Now in the field, what it is telling? Is it telling where the action is happening, how the action is happening, or is it not telling anything about the action?
Where it is happening.
Hmm?
Where it is happening.
It's telling where the action is happening.
Place.
No,
The
it's not.
horses in the field.
No, it's
What
not
it is
telling anything.
describing? It is not describing the action. It is
Yes.
describing noun. So
Yes.
we cannot call it adverb, but it becomes adjective. So a preposition phrase, here it behaves as adverb because it is telling you about the action happening, but here it behaves as an adjective because it is telling about the noun. It is describing the noun. Clear? We all know what is a subject, what is a verb, what is an object. But if you have more than one object, then it becomes compound object. If you have more than one subject, then it becomes compound subject. Now, there can be direct object and indirect object. How direct and indirect? Can you tell me what Marilyn forgot?
Her keys.
Keys and
Keys and phone.
So, it is a compound object. Direct object, gloves and jacket. Now, can you all tell me what is compound subject in the first sentence?
Jim and Ron and Jim.
Yes. So now here you will have Ron and here you will have Jim. Okay. Now I want you all to make a sentence wall of this and send me a picture in the group. You all are there in some or the other WhatsApp group. So can you all quickly make a sentence wall and send it in the group? You have to make 6 boxes and then you have to write the word in the correct box. Just now I've explained you how to do that. So please, I want to check that. Please share it in the WhatsApp group, whichever group you are there.
Second.
So if you have an object, then it is transitive. If you do not have an object, then it is intransitive. So because the flowers is object, so we will call this as transitive. But here there is no object, so it will be intransitive. Can you tell me this third sentence, what it will be?
Intransitive.
Yes. Fourth also intransitive. This is also intransitive because there is no object, but bike is an object. So transitive. Musician is an object, so transitive. Mansion is an object, so transitive. Okay. So if you have an object, then it is transitive. If you don't have, then it is intransitive.
No, musician is a noun too, na?
Yeah. So object is a noun. Okay. Now, as we have discussed, what is a phrasal verb? That means more than one word. If it is having verb, then it has become phrasal verb. Now, you have to choose the correct option. To leave somewhere. Get away. This is call out. To say something loudly. Look after. To take care of someone or something. To stop doing, give up. To return something, put back. To make things like televisions or engines start working, turn on. Why this is a phrasal verb? Who will explain why this is a phrasal verb?
It doesn't have a subject.
It doesn't have a subject.
Explaining.
It doesn't have a subject. It has a verb.
More than one verb.
More than one word.
Group
So,
of verbs.
The meaningful sentence with the help of this.
perfect. Perfect. Now, order of adjective. Suppose in a sentence you have more than one adjective, then you should know which order you have to use. For example, if I'm talking about a toy, now that toy is a small, white, tennis ball. So the sequence, you should know that first I have to put small, round, white tennis ball. You cannot say tennis, white, round, small ball, or you cannot say white, round, small tennis. There, the order is fixed. This is the order you have to follow when you use more than one adjective. So the boy was playing with a small, round, white tennis ball. So you should remember this order. First, determiner, opinion, size, shape, condition, age, color, origin, material, purpose. Okay.
How to remember this table to children?
Okay. Those who have done mnemonics with me, they can do it. Like you can just use the first letter DOSS. So instead of boss, it is DOS. Instead of boss, it is DOS. Then CA. You can remember CA. Working on a computer. CA, working on a computer. So you can have anything, like this is something I created. You can learn it with any of your mnemonic device. So DOS means boss is a CA who's working on computer. This way you can learn. Kindly mute yourself. Sorry. So were you able to learn this? The order?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
But then again, you should remember that how are you going to DOS may you have 2S. So size will come first and then comes the shape. Okay. So you can remember this by having that if this is 4 letters, small word will come first and big word will come later. This way you can learn. Okay.
Ma'am, there is a query for transitive and intransitive.
Yes.
The tiny baby is sleeping. The verb is sleeping.
Yes.
Yeah, but there is no object.
Yeah, there is no object.
So it will be intransitive. The sentence is complete.
Intransitive.
Okay, the sentence is complete, but it is intransitive verb, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now I'm giving you a small assignment. I'm taking a 1-minute break where you have to finish this assignment, where you have to put it in the correct order. The English beautiful, old. So which word will come first? We are doing only the first sentence. English beautiful, old. So you have to put it in the correct order. Which word will go in manner? Which will go in degree and which will go in place?
Manner will be calmly.
Yes, two words you have to choose. Two words will go in each
Cleverly
one.
and calmly will come in manner.
Yes. Almost.
Almost will be degree.
Yes.
Nearby,
Indoors.
nearby
and indoor as place.
Nearby and
degree.
indoors will be place.
Okay.
Hardly is degree.
Yes. So nearby is place. Indoors is also place. Calmly is manner. Cleverly is manner. Almost is degree. And hardly is also degree. Okay. Now time and frequency. Please mute yourself. Nali, please mute. Yes. So adverb of time and frequency.
Ma'am, can you show once again the slide? Slide number 21.
So much of noise, yukti. Yes. So manner is how, degree is how much, place is where. Now time and frequency. Occasionally, frequency, because it is more than one time. Recently is time because it is only once. Regularly is again frequency because it is more than one time. Soon because it is only one time, so it is time. And now is again only one time. So if anything which happens only once, then it is time. If it is happening more than one time, like occasionally, like regularly, then it shows frequency. Punctuations, full stop, question mark, quotation mark, apostrophe, comma, hyphen, all of this we have done, exclamation. Now colon means two dots, parenthesis means round bracket, and semicolon, one dot and one comma. Now we will learn the use. So hyphen is used at the end of a line where this we did. Parenthesis is round bracket. Okay, you can take a screenshot of punctuations. This we know full stop, we know comma, we know question mark, exclamation mark, semicolon. My daughter is a teacher. My son is a doctor. So instead of using fanboys coordinating conjunction, we have replaced it with a semicolon. So the purpose of semicolon is to replace fanboys coordinating conjunctions. When do we use colon? Two dots before any list of items. When you have a horizontal list or you have a vertical list, like you have two choices. So now you are giving some choice. So there is a colon here, two dots will be there. So whenever you have any horizontal or vertical list, before that you put two dots. Okay. 6699 is quotation mark, we have done. Apostrophe, we have done. Belongingness, like Ramesh's car. Okay. Hyphen, to connect two words, like 8-year-old boy, to connect words, join the words together. Bracket is additional information, like the two brothers were learning how to play guitar. Now Richard and Sian is additional information being put in the round brackets. Ellipsis means to be continued. We put dots to show the continuation. So round bracket. Now homographs and
Can you show the punctuation once again, slide ma'am?
yeah, sure. You can take a screenshot.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, homograph means two words which have same spelling. Homo is same, graph is spelling. So two words having same spelling. Now, if they have same spelling, their pronunciation can be same also. It can be different also. If it is same pronunciation, then it is homonym. But if it is different pronunciation, then it is heteronym. Okay. So you can see here, homo means
Same spelling and same.
Spelling and same meaning.
Same.
Pronunciation.
homo means same.
Two.
Yes.
Pronunciation and
Homo
spelling.
is same, graph is spelling. Same spelling. Okay.
Just like a bat, BAT bat.
Yes, very good. Bat and bat. So you can see that pronunciation is also same and spelling is also same, bat and bat. So we will call it as homonym. Okay. It will be homonym. Can you give me some more examples? When you have same spelling and same pronunciation, but the meaning is different, then it is a homonym, right? But if you have same spelling, but pronunciation is different, then it is heteronym. The first example for, yes,
RIGST, right?
yes, right and right. Both are having same spelling. Both are having same pronunciation, but the meaning is different. One right is if your answer is right or wrong, and one right is the direction, left and right.
Ma'am,
Okay?
right and right, WRITE right and RIGST right.
We call them homophones. Those are homophones. When you have same sound but different spelling. Here it is homograph. So homograph has same spelling, and if the pronunciation is also same, then it is homonym. Like we did bat. One bat is the one with which we play. So bat and ball. Another bat, the bird.
Ma'am, match. One match is the matchstick, another is the match we play.
Yes, the match which we play. And one match is to match the column. So match and match. Same spelling, same pronunciation, but different meaning. Okay.
Bark.
Yes.
Ma'am, bark, the dog bark and the bark of a tree.
Yes, bark. So again, you have B-A-R-K. One is the bark of the tree and one is bark, the sound of which a dog makes.
And a trunk is also there.
Yes.
Elephant trunk and the tree's trunk.
Yes. Now heteronym, when you have same spelling, now the pronunciation is different. Pronunciation is different. For example, one is wind and another is wind, to wind up things. You are having the same spelling, but the pronunciation is different. So it falls as heteronym, different pronunciation.
Ma'am, read and read.
Yes, exactly. Read, so you write read also like this and you write read also. But the spelling is same, but the pronunciation, if it is present tense, we say I read. If it is past tense, we say I read the book. Okay. Now, so these are the examples. Please mute yourself. Bat and bat, wave and wave. So that is homonym. Same spelling, same pronunciation. This is the activity which is there in grammar book. Okay, so with this we finish with our grammar 5. It is 3:30. Do you want me to continue with grammar 6? Or you want to have it in the next Saturday?
Both way I am okay, ma'am.
Okay, because I think we should finish this because you all are waiting for your certificates, those who have paid for the certificate, and then okay, let me start with grammar 6. Okay, Jigisha has some problem. Okay, let me check the majority. According to that, I will take next. Fine, then let's take it on next. Fine, let's take it on next Saturday. That would be the last.
Ma'am, but next Saturday we have a workshop story one.
That is on Sunday, I suppose.
I don't know. I'm getting confused again and again.
11th. Is it Sunday or Saturday? Let me check this.
Saturday. It's Saturday.
Saturday, ma'am.
11th is on Saturday.
Okay. Okay.
It is not taking much time. Today.
Yeah, it will not take much time.
We can do it today.
Yeah, let's finish it
Others
today.
others can watch the recording.
Because
Right.
storytelling, yeah, that day.
Yeah, because it's actually extending.
Hours and
We are
days, then
extending.
it will be more.
I'll take it because now you are all are clear with the concept, so it's not taking time. So let me start with grammar 6. Those who are want to leave can watch the recording. I'm recording it. Okay. Now articles we have already done and the. So indefinite is and some, and definite is the. Now definite article the, to be clear, exact and obvious about something, it is called definite because it is used to relation to a particular thing. When you point, like I said, I drink milk. So I don't use any article, but when I say I drank the milk which was on the table, then that is specified. So we use the to specify. Okay. So the definite articles indicates that the noun is specific. When you talk about something specific, the cat sat on the couch. So you are talking about some particular cat sitting on a particular couch. The dog attacked me. So you are talking about not just randomly any dog, but you're talking about some particular dog. So the dog. Okay. Whenever you ask for something for the first time, then it is like, do you have a pencil? That means in general, you are asking, you're not pointing any one particular pencil. You want just any pencil. I want to have an apple. So indefinite means something which is not clear or exact. Okay. So we call it indefinite. Okay.
Just like there was a tiger, then the tiger was hungry.
Yes. Yes. So first time it is there was a tiger, and second time it becomes the tiger, because now you know which tiger. Okay. So we use the with oceans, seas, rivers, regions, group of islands, and we use it for deserts like the Thar Desert, the mountain, the Himalayas, the Mount Everest. Superlative degree, the biggest, the smallest, the tallest, the most beautiful, the most handsome, the biggest. So we use the with the superlative degree. We have done positive, comparative, and superlative. Big, bigger, biggest. So whenever you use the superlative degree, it will always have the. Also for ordinals. What are ordinals? First, the first. Second, the second, the third. Okay. Classes of people. Like when you categorize. So again, you are making it specific. The principal. You're talking about a position. The headmaster. We don't use any article if it is a lake. We don't use any article if it is a continent, country name, city name, town, villages, any specific like Shweta. You will not use any article. We use the for Netherlands or some of the regions because we are there. It's a group of some places like, so we are specifying those particular groups, and that's why it is the Netherlands. Okay. We also don't use any article for buildings, apartments, locations. We don't use the. Okay. Now, this is the worksheet which is given. Now here we are teaching them that this is definite article the, and this is indefinite article an, or an. Okay. Now, for example, let me take any sentence here. Anna is dash best swimmer. What will come?
The.
Yes.
The.
The best swimmer.
The best swimmer.
The hotel we are staying in is fabulous. So we are now I'm telling you about the particular hotel where we are staying. So that's why it's the hotel. Okay. But when I'm saying we are staying in a fabulous hotel, because you're talking it for the first time, we are staying in a fabulous hotel. Now, when you're talking about the same hotel again, then you say the fabulous hotel. Okay. So then you use the when you talk about the particular hotel where you are staying in. Countable and uncountable. If you can count 1, 2, 3, so 3 apples. But if you cannot count, then it is uncountable, like coffee, milk, money, pasta. When you so How many is countable? How much is uncountable? How much coffee, how much milk, how much money, how much pasta? But you will not say how many money, how many milk, how many coffee. You will not say that, right? So this is countable, uncountable. It's very clear. Now, this is a very good exercise which is given as a revision of all the parts of speech. The children have to frame sentences looking at the actions. So if there is this action, that means a or an. If there is this action, that means it's an adjective. This means common noun. Now, this is verb. Then pointing down, sorry, yeah, it's towards the floor, so present tense. And then this means adverb. So the child will keep guessing any word and make a sentence. So every child will come up with some or the other sentence which will be different from each other. For example, like here I can make an, because it is this action. So an honest man is walking fast, the first sentence. So this becomes very interesting for the children when they start guessing and they come up with different sentences. We have done that objects. So if there are two objects, it is compound. Now it can be a direct and indirect object. How direct and indirect? Now here, let's take this example. What they baked. What did they bake?
Lovely cake.
So cake is direct object. For whom?
For me.
Meg.
So this is indirect object. Okay. Uncle Jim got a new tricycle. Direct object will be
Tricycle. And a son will be in there.
indirect. So fresh milk will be direct and to the villagers will be indirect. Now linking verbs, helping verbs is, am, are, ing. So here linking verbs are, being, was, were, had been, are, has, have been, will be, is. So these are helping verbs. Now this, you will have regular practice of sentence walls in the grammar 6 books, so that the children practice all the parts of speech. Now clauses, these are relative clause. All these are called relative clause because they are relative pronouns. They are made by using a relative pronoun. WH, who, which, that, where, when, whose. Okay. So let's see how relative clause will be used. The doctor whom I saw twice. The tripod that he bought. My niece whose birthday. So you are relating two clauses. So the day on which the triplets were born, the ancient city in which. So you have to remember who, which, where, when, whose, that. These are relative pronouns. And so the clause is called a relative clause. But now here in grammar 6, you will find that relative clause is again divided as defining, non-defining. If you have something very important, essential, for example, we saw the woman who owns a blue bicycle. Now this information is very important because we are only talking about a woman who has a blue bicycle. So this information is very important. But if I say my dad especially likes roses, who loves gardening, so even if you don't mention that he loves gardening, will not have any impact on this sentence. That's just an additional information, but not an essential information. So if it is an essential information, we call it defining clause. And if it is an extra information, then it is called non-defining clause. Semicolons, as I told you, you just have to remove fanboys. You just have to remove coordinating conjunction. So instead of but, you can use this semicolon. Instead of and, you can use this. Instead of so instead of whenever you have a compound sentence, then if you remove the conjunction, the joining word, you can use this semicolon.
Ma'am, in after it was a costume party, there is already a comma over there.
You will not put the comma. You'll
So we
remove
will
that
put the
comma.
semicolon. Okay.
Yes. Colons, as I told you, you will have colons before a vertical or any horizontal list. Like at the zoo, I saw, after saw, there are 2 dots. Now, what are subordinating conjunctions? Coordinating fanboys, we already did. If both the sentences are equally important, that is fanboys. Now, sometimes the information, one of the clause is more important than the second clause. For example, can you join this? It is the same game, whether you call it soccer or football. I thanked my friends because they offered to help. I'm really sorry if I embarrassed you. Okay. So now you can see that one sentence is more important than the second sentence. So it is subordinating because, whereas, while, although, whether, unless, until, when, once, if, they show that this clause is depending on the main clause. Then it is a subordinating conjunction. So this kind of sentence will not be compound sentence, but it will be a complex sentence.
Ma'am, can you explain it again?
Yes. Now here it will be more clear when you read this. Ted drank some fruit juice is a main clause. Okay. Ted drank some fruit juice. It makes complete meaning. After she...
sleeping. SLEEPING. Sleeping.
Please mute yourself.
WAVE.
After he finished his toast doesn't make a complete sense. So this is depending on the main clause. So after he finished his toast is the subordinate clause, which depends on the main clause. Such a sentence is called a complex sentence. Okay. So you have to use a subordinate clause, comma, main clause, and we have a complex sentence. Okay. So all of these sentences are complex because one clause has no complete meaning until it is until it is connected with the main clause.
Okay.
Now, active and passive voice. It's very simple. You can take a screenshot and you will understand. Active means when you have subject first, and passive means when you have object first. Normally, we only speak active sentences in our day-to-day life. We use passive sentences when we don't use subject. For example, my watch was repaired. I don't need to say the subject because it is understood that my watch was repaired by the shopkeeper. Okay, so normally we use active sentences. Passive when we do not either we don't know who is the subject or we don't need to mention the subject. For example, exams were held, exhibition was organized, result was declared, news was published, shop is closed, medicines were given, exams were taken, result is out. You don't have subject. Then only we use the passive. Okay. Gerunds means adding ing. Okay. Any activity which has ing, any hobby if has ing, we call it gerund. Singing is my hobby, dancing is my favorite activity. We should go for jogging. Okay, so you are having ing as an activity, reading activity, cooking activity, swimming activity, then it is a gerund. Idiom means muhavre, any special meaning, not the specific meaning. Tie the knot doesn't mean tying the knot. It means to get married. That is an idiom. Now, modal verbs. You could draw. What does it mean? I suggest or I demand? Yes.
Suggest.
Suggest.
She can speak. She wants or she is able to?
He is able to. Able to.
He must. It is necessary or it is optional?
Necessary.
Necessary. Yes, she charges. If your tongue is numb, you should go to the doctor. Laptop. Advise or allow?
Advice.
Advice.
We shall find the treasure. We are sure or we are likely to?
We are likely.
We are likely to. We are likely to. I would make. That means I need to or I intend to.
I intend to.
Yes. आप चाहते हो करना. Okay. You may leave the table. You're allowed to or you're required to?
You are required to.
Or required.
Allow.
Allowed.
Allowed.
I will have. Now, when you use will, that means it's sure. Okay. So, I am going to. They might see.
May or may not.
Certainly.
So, if you have any kind of possibility, then it is modal verb. Now, if you have ly, then it becomes modal adverb. Certainly, seriously, clearly, obviously. So, there is some kind of assumption with ly. Seriously, definitely, possibly, probably. So, there is some probability. When you have ly, it becomes modal adverbs. Now, the flavor of the soup could be improved. Can you fix any of the word here? The adverb which is given here.
Should be or must be?
Certainly. Yes. Beth can play the guitar and accordion. You can just put any of the modal adverb. Could. Beth can definitely play. You must get some medicine for that cough. You must get some medicine for that cough.
You must clearly get some medicine for that cow.
Yes. The yacht should be in the harbor. So you can just put any of the modal adverbs which are given here. According to the situation, they will fit in. We don't know which one, but according to the situation. Now, imperative sentences. How many types of sentences are there? First is declarative. That is a normal sentence like I go to park. Positive. I don't go to park. Do I go to park becomes a question. So interrogative sentences. Question. Exclamation mark, exclamatory sentence. Now, what are imperative? When there is no subject. For example, if I say, be quiet, which is the subject here? Be quiet. There's no subject. Because when you are giving a command to somebody, you don't say you get up, you sit down, you jump, we simply say sit down, stand up, go out, come in. So when you have a command which you give to the person who's standing in front of you, you don't need the subject. Then it is an imperative sentence. So this is a game, a dice game, which the children can play, and they can here
Imperative sentence is like a command.
what?
Imperative sentence means command.
Commands. Yes. Order, command, advice sometimes, like go to doctor. That's an advice. Okay.
Could be a request also.
Yes, it can be request also. Whenever you don't use you, then it is an imperative sentence. Please take a shower. Please take medicine. You are not using you. So it's a request. Imperative sentences. Now letter writing, which is there in Jolly Grammar, but this because this is the old book, so now we don't use this format. Now everything comes on the left hand side. So everything comes on the left hand side. And nowadays, instead of letter writing, we have other things: email writing, notice writing. Okay. Alliteration is when you have the first letter same, S. So all the tongue twisters are the examples of alliteration. She sells seashells on the seashore. So alliteration means having the same beginning sound. So you can do many activities to teach them alliteration. It is very, the children will enjoy these activities. Like they can create some scoops of ice cream, and they can have these kind of activities to have the same beginning sound. Mustard, mango, mayonnaise, munch, blueberry, butter, bacon bites, peppermint, pickle, pinwheel, right? So this is all about alliteration. So they have to use more words like fashionable. So they have to use the words having F. I'm showing you some more examples. So Kiara kicked kangaroos kindly. Dominic dances downtown daily. Zoe zips zebra zippers. Jonathan jumps and juggles jellyfish. So with this, we come to the end of grammar level 6. This is the assessment which is there: articles, nouns, pronouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, prepositions, and conjunctions. Please take a screenshot. You have to give me the examples. Now, all those who have paid 500 rupees for grammar certificate, now you can please send me a reminder. I'll create a group and I'll definitely try to send you the certificate, the soft copy, as soon as possible. Some of you have enrolled for both phonics and grammar. So they have paid me 1,000 rupees for phonics, 500, and for grammar, 500. Some of you want hard copy also. So 200 is the shipping amount. Anybody who's interested for certificate but not have paid yet can pay now and take the certificate. But then I need the some of the evaluations which you need to submit so that you can get Jolly Phonics and Jolly Grammar certificate. Okay. We have covered the grammar portions. Let me tell you, there's a lot more. What we have done is the grammar portion. I have not covered the spelling portion, which is the advanced phonics part, where you have to learn more and more alternatives. Okay, because initially we teach them that A sound can come from AI, AY, and magically. Then these alternative spellings keep on adding. That is the advanced phonics. So A sound can come from single letter A also. A letter can come from other combination, like EIGH also makes A sound. So what will happen in Jolly Grammar books, you will learn more and more alternative spellings for the sounds. That is covered in the spelling portion. Also, how to syllabicate the word. So we have done the basic of syllabication. So you should purchase Jolly Grammar books and you should go through each and every worksheet so that you can, I'm sure after this workshop, you'll be able to solve them. But still, if you have any doubt, you can always send me a voice note or with the page number and I can help you in that. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I have doubt.
Yes.
In present participle and the future participle. That
Okay,
continuous.
Shweta, you can call me and I will explain you everything. Okay.
And certificate.
After evaluation, certificate I cannot give without evaluation. And Shweta, you will have to work little hard for the certificate. You have to, it's better you get the grammar book and then you start solving the worksheets which are there in Jolly Grammar pupil books. Take it slow, don't hurry to get the certificate. You will always get the certificate, but first make sure that you learn things. It's not about getting the certificate, it's about the learning. You have to be very sure that you have learned, then only I can issue you the certificate.
Not
So it's
learned. I learned.
So this is something I'm telling everyone. Please get the books, pupil books at least, so that you go through each and every worksheet. I have covered all the grammar part. I have told you what is there in the spelling. So you'll find in the spelling pages, you will have all the TION words, like shun words, all the CIAN words, shun words, shian words. I do conduct workshop on spelling rules also. That is also going to help you. And I have the recorded sessions of spelling rules also. So if you want the recorded session, you can purchase the recorded session also at half the price. And if you want to attend a spelling rule workshop, we can arrange for that also, because in Jolly Grammar books, there are some spelling rules, advanced spelling rules, which are not there in Jolly Phonics. But it's not feasible to teach that everything in this 5 days workshop. I would love to listen to your feedback. So please send your feedbacks in the groups. And as I have told you, please, you can personally message me for any doubts or any queries. Okay. Bye, everyone. I'll have to end the meeting because I have another session now. Okay.
Thank you.